Hey guys, Fabio Elmo here and welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time guys. I think it's been plus minus 1 month that I didn't post anything on the channel. Why is that, you ask? Why is that you stop giving so much value? I'm going to tell you why guys. So first of all, I had 2 weeks of a flu. I had flu, so high temperature, and my bones were very weak, very low energy. So yeah, I couldn't get up and make a video because I was too low in energy. So I was 2 weeks out, and then afterwards I went on a trip for about 2 weeks, and it's like some kind of therapy for myself, for my personal growth. And I had to filter everything that I learned from myself, and later on, I don't know, maybe in a month or two, I'm going to go get deep in the things that I learned during this therapy, because I also think it can help guys, since I'm also talking about self-development on this channel and being the best version of yourself. I think it's important that you know what kind of therapy I did, so it can also help you to develop yourself and become a better version of yourself. But the therapy, I will go later on it, and I will talk about it in a couple of time. Okay, so I'm apologizing for disappearing for a month, but now you know why. And if you missed me, well, now I'm back. Okay, so the title of today is Why I Love Whitney Houston and Women in General. Okay, so you would think, what a strange title from a masculinity coach, from a dating coach, because before I was always giving relationship advice and dating advice and masculinity advice, talking about woman and female nature. So the point that I want to make with this video, if you want to know what it is, you gotta stay until the end, because you would think it's a little bit of a strange title, you know, a masculinity coach who is talking that he loves Whitney Houston and loves women. Is it fine to love a woman? Because don't we have to be stoic? Don't we have to be masculine? Don't we always have to be strong? And I talk about those topics, and you have to have them. But I will tell you why those things also can crush your dating experience with women or your relationship. Okay, so you gotta understand, guys, I love women. Okay, I really love them. And I think it's because I was raised well by my mother. So my mother gave me enough love. She was always there for me. And so I couldn't have later on in my life any resentment for women. Because a lot of guys, I think, when they have raised in a bad way, maybe they have some resentment towards women. Maybe also that failed relationships with women, and so they keep some resentment. But guys, I don't have any resentment towards women, because I also had my things with women. I also lost relationships with women. I also been done by women. So, you know, it's the things of life. Those things happen. The best thing you can do is to work on yourself, be the best version of yourself, so that this doesn't happen anymore. The only thing that I wanted to do on this channel, because I have 10 years of dating experience, is telling my experiences and telling how women really are. Not because they're bad, but they just are women. So that's female nature. When I talk about hypergamy, you just gotta understand that hypergamy exists, and that women select men based on hypergamy. And so when I started my journey, I just wanted to be better with women. and understanding them better. But I never did it out of resentment. I never did it because, yeah, she dumped me, and now I'm bitter, and now I'm angry, and now I'm angry on women. And no, it's not about that. I just wanted to understand them better, and just have better relationships with them, and yeah, be the best version of myself. So a woman will never leave me anymore. Okay. So going forward, you will ask, yeah, but why do you love Whitney Houston? Isn't it a little bit gay as a masculinity coach to love Whitney Houston? Well, if you want to think that, you can think that, it's no problem. But I'm going to tell you the story. So in my teens, I grew up with the music of Whitney Houston. In my teens, so from my 10 to my 20, I grew up with Whitney Houston. Because at that moment, she was a little bit of the biggest star in America. So, and I really, and me and my cousin, or my niece, we really liked Whitney Houston a lot because, yeah, she had a great voice. So I really enjoyed to listen to her voice. Okay, so why do I love Whitney Houston now? I still love Whitney Houston and I still like to listen to Whitney Houston because I know a little bit of who she was because I saw a lot of documentaries about her, and the last movie of her I've also seen. So I know a little bit of her background, and when she was a little girl, she was raised well by her mother. Her mother was also a singer, and she raised Whitney to be, yeah, the singer that she became. But they also sang in a church. The mother sang in a church, and Whitney sang also in a church. So, because the mother had that purpose to make from Whitney the best singer or the best voice or the most beautiful voice ever, she had the purpose and so the mother raised Whitney to sing and become the best singer of her generation. And that's what she became. She became the best singer of her generation. And so, since she was raised well by her father and her mother, she was raised well in a good way. And when she sang, in that period, where she was around, I think, 18 and 30, 32, in those 15 years, she really sang with a lot of love and purity from the heart. Because she was raised well, so she had no anger in her, only love. And you can really hear that in her voice when she sings with purity, with love. And still now, I like to listen to the music because I like to absorb this kind of music in my mind because it's good for your mind. You know, when people sing with love, speak with love, you gotta absorb those words and put it in your mind because your mind needs positivity. Your mind needs positive vibes. You need to absorb that kind of music. Now, understand me well, guys. I don't just like Whitney Houston. Huh? I like every kind of music. I like techno, I like house, but you gotta understand that it's important for your mind that you absorb the music that you really like, the music that makes you really happy. It's important for your mind. So do that, guys, as some kind of meditation. Sit in loneliness, put your earplugs in and put some music on that you really like and absorb that music. Your mind needs that, okay? So that's a little bit of the story of why I love Whitney Houston. So yeah, she sang with purity and from the heart and with love because she was raised like a very good woman. So there was no anger in her, no resentment, no fear. Because yeah, the mother did everything to make her the best singer of her generation, and that was the purpose of the mother for Whitney. And so she became the best singer of the generation. That's why still now they say she's the voice. Okay. But now going forward, why do I talk about Whitney Houston and love, and that I love other women when I'm a masculinity coach? Don't I have to talk to you in a more masculine way? Am I not a little bit weak now by talking about Whitney Houston and that I love Whitney Houston? You can tell me, no problem. But you gotta understand that when you come from a position of strength, from a position of inner strength and that you know your inner value, it doesn't matter anymore. You can show love to a woman. You can open your heart because you know who you are. The problem is that a lot of guys, they open too much too soon their heart. They talk too much about their struggles in life, and the woman doesn't really know the guy yet. Okay? But when a woman sees your strength, not your external value, not your looks, your money, or your status, but your internal strength, your internal value, that's the value that you have within, your confidence, your vocal tone, the way you speak, your mannerisms, your energy, your masculine frame. When you have all those things on point, she feels your inner value, she feels your inner strength. And when you have that, you can talk about love. You can talk about all the things you want. You can open your heart because you're like, hey, I know who I am. I know my inner worth. If you don't like it, okay, that's fine. But I can be vulnerable if I want. Not from a position of weakness, but from a position of strength. I'm doing the things I'm doing for you, for the woman, not of weakness, but out of kindness. And so when you know your intrinsic internal value, you can do whatever you want with a woman. You can get away with everything. Because a woman really wants a man who knows himself, who knows who he is, who knows his strength. A guy that she can look up to, that she can respect for her hypergamous instinct to be satisfied. So when she feels that you're above her, she can look up to you. And by the way, guys, it's something that you feel. And by the way, guys, it's something that you feel. And a woman also feels that. A woman can feel your masculine energy. And so when she feels that you are really in your masculine core, that your internal value is strong, that you know yourself, she will always look up to you. And so when you then open your heart a little bit, let's say that she sees you here, and she's here, and she looks up to you. And when she looks up to you, she will always respect you. And because she respects you, and she sees that you're a strong man on the internal, not on the external, she sees that you have a strong reality, then she can't break you. And because she respects you, you can open a little bit more. The problem is that guys open too much too soon, even already when she doesn't respect him. And so because of that, the guys open up, but he opens up too soon because he didn't show his inner strength yet. That's why a lot of guys who have a lot of looks, status and money lose their woman, because they think that's the thing I need to have to keep her attracted to me and to retain her. But the fact is that your internal value is much more important than your external value. External value is good to attract, but then to keep a woman, you have to have your internal value, your internal strength. Because in the end, it's in her nature to start testing you, to see if you have that internal strength, to succeed for all her tests. And she's doing that not because she's bad, she's doing that because she's a survival creature. Okay? She always searches for the strongest guy on the inside, the guy who can pass all her tests, that she can trust, that she can respect. And so when you know who you are, your authenticity and your congruency as a man will shine through your mannerisms, the way you talk, your vocal tone, your charisma. She will all see that, because how you act is how you are. And so you're a congruent man, and women like a man who's congruent. And when you speak from authenticity, you speak without any resentment, but from your heart and mind, while keeping your natural masculine frame. And your energy, guys, is going to speak for itself. And so you don't have to prove anything anymore. When you open up to a woman, when you say that you love a woman, that you appreciate her, it's from the heart. You say it without any ego, because you know your worth, you know who you are. And the words that you speak to her will be congruent with your personality. And you really open up to a woman, but you don't need something back from her. You see, that's the difference with nice guys. They open up, they give a lot of things, They please her, but then they want something back in return. They want validation back in return because they are not good enough. They feel on the inside that they are not good enough. So they give things, but they also want to get back things from her. And that's not masculinity. You have to have your inner strength first, your inner value, and everything that you do, that you give to her, that you give to people in general, is with love. But you don't need anything back from her. So if a woman doesn't reciprocate you, and she doesn't want you after that you have been opening up, it's what it is. You have been authentic to her. You have shown your true self in a good way. And if she doesn't want you, that means she's not for you. And that's life. Life goes on, guys. You need to accept that. The thing that I learned is that, red pill advice is good. But at a certain point, you gotta stop with it, because I was feeling that I was getting too rigid. I was starting to get too strong with women. And I think because I'm presenting myself in a very masculine way, always in my masculine frame. Yeah, dating coaches are telling you, stay in your masculine frame, stay in your masculine energy. And so that's what I did. That's what I always did. And it helped me to attract women, of course, and to go on dates with women, to keep that masculine frame. But at a certain point, you can open a little bit. When she sees your value, you can open a little bit, because a lot of times when you stay too stoic and rigid and not showing not opening a little bit of your heart, you're going to come off too strong. And women also have their things, also had bad experience maybe in the past with men. And so they think, but that guy is a little bit of my guy that I had before, that I had a relationship before. I don't want that type of guy anymore. And he's too rigid, he doesn't open up. And a lot of time women are not going to open up first, because they're also fragile. They have also a little bit of ego. They've also had bad experiences, so they want maybe a guy who is strong, but also can open up a little bit. But you only can open up, guys, if she already respects you and already sees you as that guy. So the baddest dating advice that I ever heard is from a guy who has, I think, 1 million plus followers on YouTube. And he said, just be yourself with women. But that's the baddest advice that you can give. I can be myself now with women. Why? Because I know who I am, and I know my words. Okay? And I know that when a woman respects me and sees me as a good guy, where maybe she wants a relationship with, I know that I can open up a little bit. But the problem is that when you give that advice to men who haven't developed themselves yet, who are a little bit of nice guys from the beginning, giving the advice that just be yourself is the best advice that you can give. The guy itself who said on a YouTube video, just be yourself. Yeah, he can be himself. He can be, because he's already made himself. He has already 1 million followers, so he can be himself because, he's who he is. He knows his worth, his internal value, he knows who he is. But a lot of guys don't know where they are in life. They don't know where they go in life. They don't know themselves yet. And because of that, it's not intelligent advice to give to a man to, at that point, just be yourself. Just be a nice guy. No, it doesn't work. Work on yourself, be the man that you want to be, level up external things, level up your body, level up your money, level up your status, but also level up your internal value. Become the man that you want to be. And then you can be yourself with women. Then when you speak from the heart, when you open your heart to her, she knows that you're not doing it out of weakness. You're doing it because, it's who you are. You're just a kind person. But you don't want anything back from her like the nice guy does. Okay, guys, so that was a little bit of the intake that I wanted to give you about yeah, finding a healthy balance. I was too much of a red pilled guy, but I learned now on my journey that I also can be a little bit of blue pill, so that we get the purple pill. And maybe I will start talking about purple pill way of dating and relationships now, because yeah, I think you need some kind of balance, and being too masculine, too rigid, and coming off too strong scares a little bit of women off, because maybe they had past experiences that are also like that, and that make you think a little bit of that guy that you had before. Okay, so that's the video of today, guys. If you want to have a one-on-one conversation with me, it's for free, because yeah, I'm just starting on YouTube. So if you want a one-on-one consultation, it's for free. Click on the link in the description. Also, if you want to join the community, the link is also in the description. In the community, I have the hypergamy blueprint, and it's a way how to attract and how to retain every woman that you want. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Fabio Elmo is back. We'll see you in the next one. Ciao.